I rise today before this August chamber to co-sponsor Senate Bill number 2555 under Committee Report number 191, which seeks to amend Republic Act number 11235, otherwise known as the Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act. Mr. President, we are not worthy of the beautiful things in life. Are we not worthy of the beautiful things in life? Can we not be entrusted with inventions and technology without turning them into instruments of grief and sorrow? We should consider the motorcycle as a gift from God to mankind, Mr. President. It is a machine that was invented for the noble purpose of making our life easier. But like all beautiful things, it did not take long for some people to abuse it. What was once a simple tool for travel has become, over the years, infamously associated with death in our country. Tama po yata ang kanta ni Taylor Swift. This is why we can't have nice things. Sa mga nakaraang taon na lumipas, nagkaroon po ng masamang reputasyon ang motorsiklo at ang pagmumotor na may angkas. Halos araw-araw po ay naging laman ng mga balita sa telebisyon at social media ang mga pagpatay, snatching at pagnanakaw gamit ang motorsiklo. Ang terminong riding in tandem ay mabilis na naging bahagi ng Philippine lexicography. Ito ay nakasanayan ng sambitin bilang slang para sa mga krimen na may kaugnayan sa paggamit ng motor. Due to it being compact and easily maneuverable, the motorcycle has been the vehicle of choice of some criminals. Not only were wrongdoers able to accomplish their evil deeds quickly, but the motorcycle enabled them to escape the scene with ease. Our small and seemingly impassable alleyways became pathways to freedom for these motorcycle riding felons. Marahil ang aking mga nabanggit na mga pangyayari ang naging dahilan para isulong noong 17th Congress ang Doble Plaka Law. Manipis po ang linyang tinutulay ng batas na ito sa pagitan ng crime prevention at diskriminasyon. Sa tuwing may checkpoint, habang ang mga nakakutsi at sasakyan ay binabati ng maayos at pinalalagpas ng halos walang hirap, ang motorcycle rider ang laging natatagalan. Hinihingan ng license at registration. Excuse me, Sir President. Minsan pa ay tinatanong kung saan sila galing at kung saan sila pupunta. Kaya nga po siguro, sinususpindi agad ng Pangulong Duterte ang implementasyon nito. Tila na single out po ang isang sektor sa pag-uugnay nito sa kriminalidad. Ngunit ganun po yata talaga ang buhay. Minsan ay nasa ibaba, minsan ay nasa itaas. Ilan buwan po lamang po matapos may sa batas ang Doble Plaka Law, dumating po sa ating bansa ang pandemya. Wala pong nakahula sa gulong ng palad ng motorcycle riders. Hindi po inasahan ng lahat ang malaking papel na gagampanan nila sa darating na mga taon. Habang tila tumigil ang ikot ng mundo dahil sa COVID-19, nagpatuloy po ang pag-ikot ng mga gulong ng mga delivery riders. Sila ang naghatid sa atin ng pagkain, COVID testing kits, mga gamot at iba pa nating pangunahing mga pangangailangan. Nagsilbi ring alternatibong forma ng transportasyon ang motorsiklo para sa ating mga manggagawa na hindi nagkaroon ng pribilehiyo na mag-work from home. Naging sandigan po ng ating ekonomiya ang ating mga motorcycle riders. Ang motorsiklo na naikabit at naiugnay sa pagkitil ng buhay ay siya ring nakapagdugtong ng maraming buhay noong kasagsagan ng pandemya. As a motorcycle rider myself, I empathize with the clamor of my fellow riders who raised their concerns, arguing that the said law is, and I quote, discriminatory as it singles out motorcycles and seems to generalize that only motorcycle owners and riders have the propensity to commit crime. Mr. President, there is nothing wrong with penalizing offenders of the crimes they have committed. However, it would be downright discriminatory to punish a whole sector for the sins committed by a few. The motorcycle riding community has done more good than evil. Sa matagal na panahon po ay kaisa natin ang motorcycle riding community sa ating hangarin na paigtingin at pagtibayin ang ating mga batas upang maiwasan ang paglaganap ng krimen sa ating bansa. Katunayan, sila nga po mismo ang pumupuna sa kanilang mga kapwa rider na lumalabag sa mga batas. Bagamat wala naman po itong kaukulang penalty, isang kahihiyan pong maituturing ang matawag na isang kamuti rider, lalo na kung mula ito sa kanilang kapwa nagmumotor. Today, we are given the opportunity to amend issues that might have been overlooked. I am very honored and privileged to be associated with this measure. Thank you very much to our principal author, Senator J.B. Ejercito, and our principal sponsor, Senator Francis Tolentino, for allowing me to be part of this noble undertaking. With the proposed amendment of installing RFID stickers at the front side of the motorcycle instead of a metal plate, we are hitting two birds with one stone, ensuring the safety of our fellow motorcycle riders while promoting the protection of the general public against unscrupulous individuals. Those who would rather abuse the advantages of this two-wheeled instrument for their evil intentions. May kasabihan tayo sa riding community, ATG-ATT, all the gear, all the time. Let us now think of this amendment as a way for us to provide only the best legislative gear for our riders. Mr. President, dear colleagues, let us go full throttle in passing the measure. Thank you.
Otherwise known as the Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act into law to deter the increasing incidents of riding in tandem cases. To easily identify the erring motorcycles, Republic Act 11235 mandated bigger, readable number plates for every motorcycle, the details of which would be visible from the front, the back, and the side of the motorcycle from a distance of 15 meters from the motorcycle. Pursuant to the provisions of the said law, the LTO issued an IRR detailing the size of such readable plates, which shall be 235 millimeter by 135 millimeter metal plate to be installed at the rear of the motorcycle, and a decal plate with the size of 135 by 85 to be installed in the front of the motorcycle. Mr. President, the size in inches would be 5.31 inches by 3.34 inches, Mr. President.
No, we'd just like to ask the gentleman not to veer away from the microphone para marinig po natin.
Yes, Mr. President. Republic Act 11235 likewise imposed penalties for punishable acts, including imposition, both fines and imprisonment. Mr. President, while the true intent of the law is noble as to its core, that is to protect the people, this, however, caused an uproar and numerous complaints from the riding community for being harsh, excessive, and discriminatory against them. First, our motorcyclists raised that the doble placa requirement will pose danger to the riders as the additional plate will affect the aerodynamics of the motorcycles. Second, the law provides for short window periods for the registration and reporting of transfer of ownership of motorcycles wherein failure to abide thereby will amount to excessive fines ranging from 50,000 to 100,000, and the penalty of prison correctional, which amounts to 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. Ultimately, riders deem the law as discriminatory for singling out motorcycle riders in its scope, unfairly profiling them as potential criminals. In response to the protests by the motorcycle riders communities, the previous administration suspended the implementation of Republic Act 11235 until further notice. Hindi po ito napatupad, Mr. President, hanggang ngayon. Their arguments, Mr. President, are valid and reasonable. The law, if not amended at the appropriate time, is akin to a sword of Damocles hanging over the head of our motorcycle riders, as there is no assurance when the suspension will be lifted, when it will last, and there is constant fear that the same might be lifted anytime, leaving them with no choice but to submit to the law, no matter how harsh or discriminatory the latter is. Mr. President, data from the Land Transportation Office for the period of January to October 2023. Medyo mabigat lang po ito, Mr. President. January to October 2023 would show that there are a total of 1,412,631 new motorcycle registrants. Relating this data from the PNP Highway Patrol Group, or HPG, covering the same period, there are a total of 132 motorcycles used in crime. And from this number, there are a total of 57 crimes perpetrated by motorcycle riding criminals or riding in tandem, Mr. President. Mr. President, to impose excessive penalties, to penalize 132 out of 1,412,631 legitimate and law-abiding motorcyclists would be unreasonable, to say the least. Sa pagnanais natin masugpo ang kriminalidad sa ating bayan, tila nakalimutan nating bigyang halaga ang karapatan ng ating mga kapatid na nagmumotorsiklo. Sila nakatuwang natin sa pang-araw-araw, lalo na nung panahon ng COVID-19 pandemic. Naghahatid patungo sa ating mga destinasyon, nagdadala ng mga in-order nating pagkain o gamit, at nagre-responde pa sa iba nating mga pangangailangan. Naikabit ang terminong riding in tandem sa mga krimen na lumaganap sa ating bayan gamit ang motorsiklo. Ngunit ating tandaan na ang ating kalaban ay ang mga masasamang loob na nais magasik ng lagim sa ating lipunan, at hindi ang mga nagmumotorsiklo na tahimik na namumuhay o nagtatrabaho ng marangal at payapa, umulan man at umaraw, dumilim man at lumiwanag, lalong-lalo na nung panahon ng pandemic, nagdi-deliver po kahit isang tasang noodles para makatikim na mainit na sabaw ang ating pamilya. Mr. President, it is the humble submission of this representation that a careful balancing of interests is needed to address the legitimate concerns of innocent motorcycle riders by providing them with a just and reasonable regulatory policy that will ensure not only their security and safety, but also that of the riding community and the right of the state to address the rising criminality brought about by some malevolent members of the riding community. Nakikita po natin, Mr. President, tuwing umaga, tuwing hapon, pag-uwian na, tayo po kanina ay nagpasa ng isang batas, panukalang batas, para bigyan ng karagdagang 100 pesos ang ating mga manggagawa. Nakikita po rin natin araw-araw Nahihirapan silang sumakay sa mga jeep. Nahihirapan silang sumakay sa mga buses, sa LRT, sa MRT. Nakikita po natin sila, Mr. President, magkaangkas sa motor, mag-asawa, kasama pa ho minsan ng anak para magatid sa eskwela. Hindi po sila mga kriminal, Mr. President. Sila po ay mga ordinaryong Pilipino na gustong magtrabaho, gustong mag-ambag sa ating lipunan. Hindi dapat pahirapan ang marami nating kababayan na umaasa sa paggamit ng kanilang payak na motorsiklo na hinuhulugan buwan-buwan upang makapaghanap buhay para sa kanilang pamilya. Tunay nga siguro na may ilang krimen na naugnay sa paggamit ng motorsiklo, ngunit ito ay hindi nangangahulugan na tamang maitugma sa lahat ng nagmumotorsiklo bilang isang potensyal na kriminal. Hindi po kriminal ang mga nagmumotorsiklo dito sa Senado. Si Senator De La Rosa ay laging nagmumotor. Si Senator JB ay laging nagmumotor. Ako rin po ay dating nagmumotor. Wala po kaming balak maging bahagi ng riding in tandem, Mr. President. Dapat isaalang-alang natin ang kapakanan at kaligtasan ng mga gumagamit ng motorsiklo sa pang-araw-araw nilang paglalakbay. Gayon din ang payak na halaga ng kanilang kinikita kumpara sa parusang nakaamba sa kanila. It is under this premise that your committee, heard with a sense of urgency, Senate Bill number 159, or the bill seeking to amend Republic Act 11235. One of the main complaints of our stakeholders for the current law is that they were not heard when the measure was being deliberated. And to make sure that we do not commit the same mistake as before, we made sure that this time we will hear all sides and everyone will be allowed to speak. And we did listen to them, Mr. President. In fact, your Committee on Justice and Human Rights initially considered just repealing Republic Act 11235. We received a united position paper from all motorcycling riding organizations, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, unanimously pushing for the amendment of the law instead. Thus, after conducting hearings, technical working groups involving all stakeholders, especially the different motorcycle riders organizations, this committee hereby presents the following recommendations. 1. Amending the section on registration of motorcycles, differentiating the size of in case of new ownership from the case of subsequent sale, taking into consideration the several different modes by which ordinary Filipinos purchase a motorcycle, such as in the case of quote-unquote assumed balance and repossessed motorcycles. 2. Installation of RFID sticker at the front portion of the motorcycle in lieu of the original decal plates to ensure the safety of our motorcycle riders. 3. Adjusting the period within which the owner or possessor of a motorcycle may report any loss of a number plate or RFID sticker. 4. Adjusting the penalties of fine and imprisonment to a more reasonable amount and period. And finally, Mr. President, adjusting the transitory provision to June 30, 2025 for motorcycle owners not in conformity with the provisions of this act to renew their registration, and December 31, 2025 for the Land Transportation Office to produce, release, and issue the number of plates as required under this act. Mr. President, my dear colleagues, panahon na para bigyan natin ng kapayapaan ang kalooban ng ating mga kapatid at kababayan na gumagamit ng motorsiklo. Nararapat na nating amyendahan ang naunang batas na ating pinasa upang maging patas sa kapakanan na nakakarami at mapawi ang kanilang agam-agam na ang pagpapatupad ng isang batas na lubos na nakakaapekto sa kanilang kinabubuhay sa araw-araw. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President, at magandang gabi sa ating lahat.